Most impactful thing about Rob is his consistency. Back, and I'm currently a first year med student at Monash University. Last year, I was a year 12 studying at Melbourne High School, and I studied with Rob for specialist in methods. Honestly, in year 11, I was not a very motivated individual, and I didn't want just a tutor. I wanted a mentor to motivate me through the year 12 progress. And honestly, like in terms of maths, I was all right, but I felt like there was places where I could improve, and that's why I wanted someone to help mentor me in year 12 as well as tutor me in maths. The biggest worry for me was my inability to really manage my time and stay focused on things. And instead of maths, actually, Rob was really there for me in terms of improving my habits, my lifestyle, and my productivity. And honestly, my development as an individual as well was greatly thanks to Rob. Before maths, Rob would always tell us that he would put some priority onto personal development. So every week he would tell us some new technique to try. Some of them were like every day writing one goal you wanted to complete. And for someone like me who struggled to really do any of my homework, just completing that one thing every day made a really huge change for me and helped me progress and become a more productive and organized individual. I was a bit scared of the pricing. Sometimes it could be a bit too much for some people, and it's something that you should understand, and that's definitely true for some people. However, what I thought of it as instead of a cost was I thought of it as an investment for my future, because the future money I'm gonna obtain or the benefits I gain from the the development as an individual greatly outweigh the short-term cost of tuition per se. Because I can honestly say that Rob definitely has made a change to my personal life, as well as my ability to interact with people, to organize my time, and honestly improving as a human being. So I think despite it possibly, it's pretty well priced, but despite possibly being an obstacle, the price being an obstacle for some individuals, I think it's definitely worth it. In class, Rob was able to fulfill all my needs as a student. And not only that, outside of class, Rob took a really personalized approach and really addressed every student's issues. For me, I was kind of addicted to playing League of Legends, and sometimes he would have a few games with me and explain to me when to prioritize the tasks at hand instead of just playing games all day. And that really helped me as a person and really saved me through year 12. Working with Rob was honestly not just the maths and his brilliant way of teaching and getting you to understand and making sure you understand, but also every class he would have some sort of would dedicate some time to telling us about things he'd find out, his insights in life, some book he's read, or even advice for us going forward as VCE students. For example, with SACs coming up, he'll give us some really personalized advice and wouldn't mind staying back after class to do that. I think the most important thing to take out of this is that he definitely prioritizes his students, and sometimes he would sacrifice his lunch times just to answer one of me or my mates' questions. And I think that really is what made him stand out as a tutor to me. The most impactful thing about Rob is his consistency. Every single class, he would bring something new and he would bring something interesting to help us students. And even outside of class, he was consistently answering our questions whenever we needed. And I think it's not bursts of greatness or bursts of really affluential teaching that helps you through VC. It's the consistency that keeps you going and supports you constantly. And I think that is what really drove me and many other students to a good study score. Initially in year 11, I had about 1,000 hours on League of Legends and a few more hundreds of hours on other games and even more hours on anime and manga. It wasn't the proudest thing for me, and it definitely did inhibit my ability to study properly. And Rob, that's where Rob came in year 12. He really made a huge change for me because he told me that there are things to prioritize and help me understand how to just start off a day well. Start off a day with a cold shower perhaps, and really plan out the one thing you want to get done on that day. And that's what I did. At the start, I only got one thing done every day. And it worked. It was really easy for me to commit to one thing. But from that one thing, I was able to draw out my potential to do more things. And as the days passed, I became more and more productive. Obviously, I still had my hobbies on the side as well. So I obtained a pretty solid work-life balance. And that was the result of Rob's help. The result was definitely worth the investment I made. I invested for a few math lessons that I hope would cover the concepts, but what I got was really in-depth knowledge about every concept. And for Rob, he was really keen to really delve into those harder questions that helped me personally as an intuitive learner really understand what was going on behind the scenes and not just the surface layer of the maths. So often he would teach us about proofs as well as really challenging questions. And after doing those challenging questions, everything else became a lot easier. Furthermore, I think the investment paid off because he taught us things outside of class as well. Overall, I think this was definitely one of the best investments I made in my life.